My team sheet is bloody wrong.
Oh yeah, no, I've just had to correct these at the last minute.
If you tee up the individual, I can say something about the person.
There's only one team out yet.
Got this team list. So here we go. It is the 2018 Brendan Johnson Cup final. We're in Athlone. It's Dubarry Park, and it is a rematch of last year's final, which will be really interesting. It's Garda College against IT Carlow, with Carlow edging it narrowly, famously, fantastically last year. Carlow have made a lot of late changes going into this decider due to an injury in the front row to Marty Mulhall. We'll detail those to you shortly. Will Downing and Owen Hogan with you for this final again this year. And obviously it's going to be really tightly contested because of what we saw last year. Garda were leading for a good bit and then IT Carlow turned them around and got the win in the end. We'll be underway very shortly.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Will, Mark Mulhall will be a big loss. He got injured in the semi-final against DIT. He was due to travel with the Irish students team to Scotland, but unfortunately had to withdraw from that squad. So with the big Garda pack, I'd say they could have done with Martin in there, but they've rejigged it there. They're still fairly strong, Carlow. So expect another tight game. Yeah. It was 28-19 to Garda in the league. So I expect another tight game here today.
So let's quickly show you the teams for this final. Garda College, very, very strong team. Barry O'Connor, Conor Muldoon in the front row. Watch out for the number 9, the scrum half, Gavin Houston as well. That's Garda.
Ready, black? Blue?
So here we go for the final. Garda College against IT Carlow for the second successive year. It's Gavin Houston, Garda in the blue, obviously, and IT Carlow in the red and black. And it's a short one played up by Houston. They are as originally picked on. King trying to drive in. And straight away, opportunities for Garda College here to have a kick. A little look around by Alan Gorn as he assesses that he wants to go for the post. So a kick for the post straight away for Garda Owen.
Yeah, I'd expect Alan to get this. This is actually his home ground. So if he doesn't know these parameters, he really should. He really should get this.
So Alan Gorn will have the kick for the post for Garda College. This in the opening minute. Right in front of the post, and he scored, and it's a good lead for Garda.
Yeah, simple kick over there from Alan. I expect him to actually kick quite a lot. As I said, he knows this ground. He plays his club rugby week in, week out here, so that's a Garda's advantage. And
this is the Carlow team. Lots of late changes. Marty Mulhall is out, so Pico and Oganaya are the props today. And John Murphy in the scrum. He was originally on the bench, plays his rugby for Carlow. And this is the much changed bench as well. Numbers all over the place. That's not the originally picked 15. And they announced their rejigged 15 about 10 minutes before kickoff. Hey ho! A lot of hard work in getting you the correct team up on screen. So well done, everybody. So anyway, Carlow have it, Michael Russell. And it'll be picked up here by Isaac Daly of Water Park, who shipped it across towards Aidan McDonald. He's with Kilkenny RFC. Opportunities of driving down the left-hand side. Might be picked up. Kern is there. Daly is there as well. But a good turnover, and Leon Fox Well gathered. Gavin Hewson of Kilfeacle. They're all doing a BA in applied policing because that's what you do at Garda College in order to pass out. It was a good launch up the park and a fine return by Rhys Davis of Enniscorthy, the IT Carlow fullback. Picked up again by scrum half Isaac Daly to ship across towards Aidan McDonald. It'll obviously be the big halfback partnership of the night from an IT Carlow point of view. Run up again, Isaac Daly, and across the halfway line for this 2018 Brendan Johnson Cup final. IT Carlow narrowly took it last year. That's a brilliant jink down the left-hand side. Hard work being put in by Patrick Connors of Dungarvan. On the other wing, Seamus Kern of Carlow. Nice break up towards the 22 and good, quick, swift, fast play. Isaac Daly. Good running from Carlow here. It's in the hands of Aidan McDonald now. Held up around 30 from the Garda line, and they dominated a lot of last year's final, but they ended up not winning, and that would have hurt a little bit. Chance for Nick Doyle to release, but unsuccessfully. And that's a strong kick away. Beyond the 22 and into touch. That is absolute perfection.
Yeah, you can see Garda just trying to maintain Carlow here at the start. They're building the phases here and trying to wear out the much bigger Garda team, but handling errors like that won't lead to it. But the conditions are good. There's no real excuse for it, so I expect it to be a wide, expansive game from Carlow, and you can see from Garda they're just trying to stem that tide at the start.
So the Brendan Johnson Cup final, the guy the College were beaten in last year. Short pass, Barry O'Connor. Conor Muldoon is there as well. And Leon Fox of Midland Warriors driving forward. Chance for the pick up of Gavin Houston, the guard is scrum half. And a good boot towards the far side. That's brilliant. Dylan Shane's in here. What a pass to him. Shane's been held up. Oh, he's dropped it. Oh, what a score it would have been otherwise. Shades of Ireland, England 2007 there. Brilliant, beautiful kick to the corner and just dropped it in the end of the chin. Look at this boot across. That was magnificently thought up.
Yeah, really well judged by Alan Gaughan, and it looked like he'd done everything right. But Rhys Davies, an American under-19 international, did very well there. He's over studying a BSc in sports science in Carlow, and he did really well to hold him out there.
Great work by Rhys Davis, and he's with Enniscorthy RFC in deepest Wexford. So scrum 5 in favour of IT Carlow. So the put in by Isaac Daly, who's one of only 6 of the starting 15 to retain his original shirt number and the proper position. And they're looking for the defensive drive out, IT Carlow, but Garda try to get the old roll going there. So here we go again.
Yeah, an experienced front row there for Garda. Conor Muldoon from Nina, who's actually John Muldoon's of Connacht's brother, so bit of pedigree there, and of course Owen King, who was here last year from Navan.
Put under big pressure after the put in by Isaac Daly, but they've just managed to smuggle out. And that'll do. That will do.
Two balls, boys, two balls.
So the line-out throw for Garda College to come from Barry O'Connor of Gorey. Very important around the field. Deep towards the back. Hasn't come clean yet. Garda have managed to drive it back towards the IT Carlow line and picked up again rapidly by Gavin Houston. It's a good kick and goal by Alan Gaughan. Scored the penalty earlier, hasn't been able to get a try there, but play will be whistled back by referee Carol Collins here, Owen.
Yeah, you can see Garda's game plan. Very strong set piece, good scrum there to put the pressure on, put pressure on the clearance, and then again with the line out drive. Garda got a bye in the quarter final, so they had a camp themselves in Westmanstown. So all these little things are really adding up for Garda.
And touch found by Alan Gaughan. Senior footballer for Westmeath, played with Gary Owen, previously won the All-Ireland League, the Ulster Bank League Division 2. And this, a ground he knows so well with Buccaneers. Great ground, plenty of under-20 and women's internationals played here down through the years. Upgraded the floodlights here as well, I think. They're nice and bright here. Anyway, good. A line-out throw by Barry O'Connor as they try and make a bit of ground down the left-hand side through Fionn Mulligan. The support here from Sean Glynn if needed. And here is Glynn. Oh, he's in! He's through! Glynn is held up just shy of the line. Almost in. Chance to be picked up by Gavin Houston again. Barry O'Connor over it too. And try as they might. So here we go again for another scrum, and it will be in favour of Garda College. The talking to being meted out to Ronan Scott of Navan. Second rower captained IT Carlow to the Freshers O'Boyle Cup success a few years ago, and captains IT Carlow first team in the Student Sport Ireland League as well as this. Really great successful run of Carlow sporting success lately. IT Carlow's women winning the Kelly Cup final and the CUFL Premier Division in women's university soccer. They did a treble, they won the futsal as well, and not only that, but you'll all know about Carlow getting promotion from the National Football League 4th Division. Seem to have been working on nothing but Carlow teams lately. Here comes the put in by Gavin Houston for Garda College, and they're moving it well, trying to get the rolling ball and get it over the line. It's picked up very sharply, cleverly by Gary Crowe of Ennis and Garda RFC. And Garda College too, obviously. Shipped over to the left-hand side. Here's Vinnie Lyons. Lyons is held up again for Garda College. Recycled by Gavin Houston. Across towards Kevin Seymour. Seymour for Alan Gaughan. Gaughan in front of the post. Seymour once more. Barry O'Connor is there with him. Recycled by Houston. How far can he get? Vinnie Lyons is over it. Houston once more. Good break by Sean Glynn. Houston to his right-hand side for Barry O'Connor of Gorey. And again, 5 from the line. It's Houston all the way across in front of the post and dropped. But it will be brought all the way back by Carol Collins.
Yeah, Sean Glynn, very prominent in these early stages, doing a lot of carrying. Just about held up that first time. He, of course, scored 2 tries in last year's final, so I'd say he knows where the line is. So expect him to be prominent throughout.
Put in by Houston, Gavin Houston for this Garda College scrum. Jamie Houston, the number 15. His brother, but out of this action for the moment. Gavin Houston with the put in for Garda College. This scrum 5 for the literal boys in blue. Can they drive it on? Sean Glynn is at the back. It came loose, not cleanly. Leon Fox trying to pick up. Here we go again. Houston getting it out wide. That's a hefty drive and a good hold up, but Houston will have it again. And he has support alongside him from Leon Fox of Midland Warriors. Next phase, Houston to his right. Brendan McSweeney, the captain, came through Owen Doyle, came through Jamie Houston. Again, held up around 10 from the line, so they'll work it right to left, and it just bounced off Vinnie Lyons, the pass from Alan Gorn, and that counts as the knock-on, and IT Carlow have it.
Yeah, great defence there from Carlow. Very good technically. Garda might be bigger men, but Carlow were really coming off the line there and meeting the square on, so that's a huge boost for them.
Cracking final last year, 15-14 it ended. So the put in this time by Isaac Daly, the Carlow scrum half. Held up on his own 22. Chance to recycle, get it to Aidan McDonald. What great glory Carlow enjoyed last year, and they have a lot of that squad back again. Ready to retain the title. NUI Galway had been going for 3 in a row in the women's equivalent, but beaten in the semi-final by University Limerick. UL winning the women's crown tonight, so it goes through. Aidan McDonald, good mesmeric hand passing across, and it's Patrick Connors down the left-hand side. This is a brilliant break, quick layoff. Goes through Nick Doyle again, and Daly there heading towards the corner. On the quarter hour, David Murphy watching. Here's Isaac Daly ready to pick up and drive himself. And Pico picked and went of Lansdowne and won the Brendan Johnson Cup last season. He was important towards the end. Carlow drove on. Gathered again by Aidan McDonald. Options here, went for the line instead. Trotting across, Michael Russell of Naas, who has been loose head prop, but he's actually playing in the back row today. A little bit of injury treatment needed, but I mean, that was a brilliantly tight final last year, really tense, but great quality as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Last year, we might recall, the conditions weren't as good, the ball was greasy, so it just led to a much tighter game. I think Carlow will be happier with the conditions tonight. You can see once they get organised in defence and they hold the guards out, they trust their defence, and then when the opportunity arises, they can win for that turnover, and you can see how they counter-attack there up the line. Very, very, very unlucky not to score.
With the injury to Marty Mulhall, Conal Slater's been drafted into the matchday squad tonight. Great success enjoyed last year by Corey Carty and Wes Whitten, the coaches. So, line out throw then for IT Carlow. Went high to the back with a nice piece of thievery in the end by Leon Fox for Garda College. And they'll get it away. The kick by Gavin Houston, but claimed again on the 22 or just outside, and there's plenty of support here, and it's good running here for Patrick Connors. It's going to be the opening try, and it's for IT Carlow, and it's scored by David Murphy of Naas. Carlow hit first blood in terms of try time, and it's David Murphy who gets it. Good move.
Yeah, great intent there by Carlo. As soon as that box kick was half blocked down, Garda were always going to struggle. They were tight in. That really needed to get into touch from Garda's perspective. But I think we've seen the template for how it's going to go and how both teams are going to try and play this now. Garda need to try and keep it as tight as possible, and Carlo are trying to be a lot more expansive.
It's been an incredible few weeks for Carlo Sport. Owen Willie Mullins again at Cheltenham too last week. IT Carlo have picked up quite a lot of silverware in different sports this winter, a little bit more than usual. So Aidan McDonald with the kick. McDonald's conversion. Solid right-footed kick between the posts, and it is 7 points to 3. You might have just seen the flags behind the goal fluttering a little bit. Not now, they're not, but 20 seconds ago they were, and it was blowing right to left as he saw it. Slight movement in that direction, but nailed the kick very well, Owen.
Yeah, bodes well for Carlo. They left a lot of points on the tee in the semi-final against DIT. They could have been out of sight a lot earlier, only for a lot of missed penalties. They left 12, 15 points in the tee. So that really bodes well for Carlo, the fact that Aidan has started so well with his kicking.
So Alan going to restart. He's got a successful kick, and Aidan McDonald too, and immediately it's gathered by Ronan Scott of Navan as IT Carlo look to drive on again. Excellent opening try for them, scored by David Murphy. To be the first try of this Brendan Johnson Cup final, as it's dug out by Isaac Daly. Let's look at the raw power. It's Russell. Picked up by Daly again, sending it to his left-hand side. But what a rob! Owen Doyle grabbed it. Oh, he's on the way here, Doyle! And surely nobody's going to catch him! It's a real foot race, but Doyle! Brilliant interception! Great try for Garda College, and they're in the lead!
Yeah, that's a huge boost for Garda. Their probably confidence was dented a little bit that they didn't score inside that first 10 minutes, but that really takes the pressure off now, and we really have a good game in our hands here.
Oh, without a doubt, what an interception by Owen Doyle. Had a couple of attempts at Isaac Daly to throw it out, and Doyle shot away. The man from the Boyne over the line, had a huge amount of work to do, but completed it. Fabulous, great try, what an interception. So 8-7 the Garda lead, and it'll be Alan Gaughan again with the conversion. 1 from 1 so far. Easy. 10 points to 7 is the Garda College lead. So he's got 2 from 2 now, but really just the vision, the handling, everything about it. Great try.
Yeah, great try. Show good pace as well. He was really on his own. There was no support the way that the intercept came off. So he luckily he didn't need any support because he meant it himself.
Well, what a memorable try that is Garda College 10-7 up in this final. Straight into touch.
Knock forward by Black.
Well, it's called as a knock on, and it's against IT Carlo, and it's in favour of Garda College. Had a strong think about that, Carol Collins. If memory serves, I actually think he did the final last year. It could be a million miles out, but it feels right.
I think he might have done the Division 2 final. He was definitely around because, of course, IRFU appointed these 2 games. He's IRFU panel, but the Division 2 and Division 3 games will be appointed by the Connacht Association of Referees. So a big thanks to them for their support today.
Well, we'll do it all over again. Put in by Gavin Houston. Has been in the AIB Junior Cup final previously, which ended in defeat for him.
Yeah, with Kilfeacle against Ashburn from my recollection.
So the put in again by Gavin Houston. Be dug out very well by Sean Glynn of Mallow, and breaks up towards his own Garda College 10-metre line. Received by Gavin Houston. There's a dynamic kick from Gorn across the park. It bounces, and that'll help it out. That is fantastic. Exquisitely, expertly done.
Yeah, just as we said, Will, the fact that he knows this pitch so well, and you know, really helps Alan. He absolutely pinged that kick. It was inch perfect.
That was immense. Right-footed, crossed the park. He was inside his own 10-metre line and got it diagonally across. That was just a scintillating kick into touch. Can't ask much more than what he did there. Just awesome. So, line out to be thrown in by Johnny Murphy of Carlow. Long one towards the back of the line out. And IT Carlow have driven this away well.
Back you go, 8 now, back you go. Back you go, 5.
Smuggled it away through Mpico quite nicely.
5, back you go, 5, back you go. 8, back you go.
Still not clear, doesn't need to be. Look at the amount of ground they've made. They're up towards their own 10, they're not too far away from halfway. On to the next phase, and fished out by Isaac Daly. Now they've movement down the right. Full back, Rhys Davis, the American based in Enniscorthy. Out again by Isaac Daly. Short layoff for John Murphy again of Carlow. And Daly to the hands of Mpico once more, and support from Ogunkoya. Based out of the Boyne Club, trying to clear it out was Mpico, who's with Lansdowne these days, having won the Brendan Johnston Cup last season. Isaac Daly shipping it out to the left-hand side. Support from Ogunkoya over the ball now. Well, it's Daly picking up again, getting it to his left-hand side. No progress this time for Rhys Davis. But they're making good ground.
They are, and well, Carlow, they're actually mixing it quite well. You see a 25-metre maul, then they hit the backs. They can do it both ways, which is a good sign of a well-balanced team.
Forward pass as it was heading towards Russell, and it is a Garda scrum. But nice fast pace, as last year's final was for a lot of it. I mean, we've played 26 minutes. It's absolutely flown.
Oh, it's flown by. I think it's a little bit more open. You know, that try is really balanced well, and you know, I'd say both teams are probably happy, which I know is a bizarre statement, but as it is, they're both playing themselves into it, and I think that they'll both be happy enough as it stands.
The treatment for Owen King, who's already heavily strapped up that left arm anyway. The prop forward, he was not going to have a little bit of bandage and a strain ruin his spot in the final.
Yeah, well, he's up against Pico, who as you mentioned, Will, is playing with Lansdowne AIL Division 1A. He was also He was actually on the tight head for the Irish students team last Sunday week over in Scotland, so he's a serious pedigree. But it's a good battle so far.
So here comes the put in by Gavin Houston, and it's picked out by him. And a superb kick up by Alan Gorn. It'll be smothered on the 22 by Seamus Kern of Carlow RFC. Great running this is by Patrick Connors of Dungarvan. They've effectively switched wings. They were supposed to be on the opposite wings for this. They've switched numbers, switched wings. That'll be picked up again by Isaac Daly. He'll get it back towards Impika. What a sight crashing forward, particularly if you're about to face him. Speaking of which, ball's been shipped back fantastically, very, very swiftly. Cleverly done by Nick Doyle. Here comes the refit by Isaac Daly. Great break it was by Ola Ogunkoya. It was down the middle. And here comes another terrific break, and it'll be another try. David Murphy does it again. That's his second and Carlo's second try. Great running, great work.
Yeah, great try by Carlo. You can see they're just getting that little bit wider off the first phase. The little hit-on pass from the first receiver is catching the Garda defence in around the ruck, and you know, it's making great strides from him. I thought that one of those passes now was very flat, but referee Carl Collins is right on it, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But great try by Carlo, great phase play.
Well, David Murphy's got 2 tries now for IT Carlow in the lead by 12 points to 10. Bit of an angle this, down the left. For Aidan McDonald, but he got the last one down the right. Still again at Buccaneers, Dubarry Park in Athlone. Right-footed, held up a little and pulls to the right and wide. So that's his first miss. First missed kick of this Brendan Johnston Cup final, but it's IT Carlow who lead by 2.
Yeah, he missed a kick, but he's pulling the strings well there, Aidan McDonald. He played Leinster under 18 clubs in 2014, so again, another player with some pedigree.
Young Player of the Year with Kilkenny in 2016 he was. And the Division 1 title in 2016, the Brendan Johnston Cup last season. So Garda resumed, the kick by Alan Gorn down the left-hand side. They responded within 4 minutes last time they conceded a try to Carlow. What about here? It's picked out well by Isaac Daly once more. IT Carlow possession, good up and under. Solid, heading towards halfway.
Yeah, well spotted by the ref. The players in front of the box kick there didn't retreat, they weren't played onside. So it'll be interesting to see now what they go for here, because obviously the penalty will get them into the lead.
It's in range. He'll go for the post. Fancies his chances from here anyway.
Yeah, very frustrating for Wes Whitten and for Corey Carty, because you know they've actually regathered the restart after scoring twice, but then subsequently turned the ball over after a couple of phases. So you know that's really keeping guard in the game.
So Alan Gorn takes 5 steps back and 1, 2 to the left. This for the lead for Garda College again. Ooh, right-footed and sliced and wide. Well, now they both missed one each, McDonald and Gorn. Interesting. 12-10 it remains. So the restart kick from Aidan McDonald, and that's a long boot back down the middle by Gaughan to put a little bit of pressure on and certainly make the IT Carlow backs think more than anything else. Another dynamic run and break forward. Getting a lot out of Rhys Davis, a lot of pace and added territory as a result.
Yeah, great intention from Rhys Davies there. Ball was well in the dead ball line, but just only thing on his mind is a counter-attack.
Most of the crowd's on this side, by the way. Main stand here at Dubarry Park. Chance to crash forward, but Scott held up. And they've got room on this near side. But then maybe not enough, as that was not aimed towards Kern accurately, and quite apologetic too was Pico.
Yeah, good defence there by Fionn Mulligan. He didn't commit, and he made the prop make the speculative pass. So good defence there from Fionn.
5 back.
Barry O'Connor with the line out throw for Garda College. Picked up by Gavin Houston. It's a solid throw to Conor Muldoon, but where does he go from here? Surrounded by red and black shirts. But they've held on to it. It's Gavin Houston again. Support from Kevin Seymour alongside. Houston was over it. They made a little bit of ground at the very least. At the bottom of it all is Ntinga and Pico. Trouble for Kevin Seymour here as he finds himself surrounded again. IT Carlow are playing a swarming kind of a game. IT Carlow's it is. Everybody gathering back in again. Well, certainly that's how they were shaping up, and then they realised, along with the rest of us, the ball wasn't there. It's just been wrested away by Gavin Houston. His put in for a Garda College scrum into the final 5 minutes of the first half. I'm pretty sure towards the end of the first half last year I said this game was flown, and guess what? Same again here. Can't believe we're in the final few minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is good. The turnover, the commitment, every breakdown is so hotly contested. And similar to the women's final, I can envisage a lot of players going down with cramp later on in this game.
Gaughan, chance for the layoff. I thought that was forward, and it was.
Yeah, and the one out the back was on.
Yep.
Yeah, there was space down the flank there if he'd have given to the wider man.
Women's final, by the way, was spectacularly entertaining. Victory for University Limerick, UL 17 points to 8 against DCU. Good final.
Yeah, and equally the Division 1 plate, UCC beat UCD 28-19, so they've all been competitive games today, and which is great to see. That's all you really ask for.
Put in solid by Isaac Daly, but he took his time, and he's got men in blue all around him looking for the turnover. It's been helped away and wrested away by Aidan McDonald, the IT Carlow out half. Uses his boot a lot, but used his head and his hands there and how they needed it. Just around the IT Carlow 10. Short for Impico. Garda have prospects again now.
Yeah, and Pico's pass was just a little bit low there. It forced the support player to the ground, and Garda ran him straight away. As I said, every ruck is so contested. There's nobody fanning out. They're just going hell for leather for it. It's
going to go for the post from just around the 10-metre line too, is gone, having missed the last one. Two from three, his record so far. Just slightly right of centre. Just inside the IT Carlow 10-metre line. Again, this would put Garda College into the lead. It's a better one. 13 points to 12 is the Garda lead.
Yeah, great kick there again from Alan. Like, I think he probably has a few more meters than that one, but Garda will be happy with the lead going into half time, because whatever bit of a hill there is in the second half, if you get it, and they have been using their kicking game, which won't be as available in the second half, I'd imagine.
Now again, the main scoreboard clock has not been stopping during this, so we'll go beyond the 40 from what we will be seeing. So anyway, the kick by McDonald, how about that for interest? And that's out, despite the best intentions, the best efforts of Michael Russell of Naas, the fourth year. Taste of success with IT Carlow Freshers, and the first, and obviously last year with the Brendan Johnston Cup, and also the league the season before that, but couldn't keep that one in place. So Barry O'Connor with the line out throw. We're in the 40th minute now. All the way to the back, but it'll be grabbed back effectively by John Murphy. It's been a great week for Carlow John Murphy's. Isaac Daly hurled across the 10-metre line again. Daly with the chance to pick up and go across once more towards Aidan McDonald. Remember that intercepted pass around this range that opened the door fantastically for Home Doyle after 20 minutes to get Garda back in the game, and now they're back in the lead at 13-12. Short again, went through the hands of McDonald down the left-hand side for Patrick Connors. Next phase, Isaac Daly. Look at the ground that IT Carlow have made up towards the 10-metre line, and a chance to go beyond, and a short one for Ntinga Mpiko. He's up towards the 22, and he stayed there. Support from John Murphy. Isaac Daly there also. Daly across towards McDonald. A little bit of butterfingers from Ronan Scott, but he didn't knock it on, or did he? Half time it is anyway.
Yeah,
and
very,
it is
very nearly another intercept there. would have been interesting to see right on half time, but no, great endeavour by both teams. Like as you said, Will, that 40 minutes absolutely flew by.
Well, it has been a fantastic first half, and that's how the points went on one by one. And at the break, at Dubarry Park in Athlone, in the Brendan Johnston Cup final, Garda College 13, IT Carlow 12. Teams remaining out in the park, and we will have the second half for you in a couple of minutes' time. But it's been entertaining. It's been robust, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything we expected, Will, to be honest. And it's the conditions and you know, the mentality of both teams have really added to the occasion. And you know, really looking forward to the second half.
And that second half is just a few short minutes away. Well, they both had their team talks. As you can see, the Garda one is a long one.
Yeah, a few last words there from Matt Brown, who coaches in Clonwilliam as well. He's a community rugby officer for Munster branch.
Carlo are ready, long ready, but they have to wait for the guy that pep talk to him.
Mind games, Will.
Well, maybe they just had a lot to say. It will be IT Carlo to get this second half underway, playing from right to left, and it is 13 points to 12 at the break in favour of Garda College. So here we go again, only 1 point between them. Garda College 13, IT Carlo 12, as we enter the second half here at Dubarry Park in Athlone. It just went through Mpiku again, but just knocked on. It will be Garda College's for this restart. Been really tight all the way and very, very intense, and we didn't expect anything less than this. It has delivered, but who will get the ultimate prize tonight? So the put in by Gavin Houston, taken out by Sean Glynn. Didn't get very far with it, not even beyond his own Garda College 22. A game which has absolutely flown magnificently so far. It's going to drop invitingly and gathered by Patrick Connors of Dungarvan, not cleanly at first. How well they've done in the Munster circuit over the years, Munster junior rugby. It's picked up once more and dished out well by Isaac Daly down the middle. What stopped up this time was Ola Ogunkoya of Boyne. Still on the deck, quick kick and run. Now McDonald, can he get there first? A real foot race between him and Mulligan, and the ball beat them both over the line. Good vision.
I think everybody was caught by surprise there when the back row grubbered through, but you know, Carlo really should look at keeping the ball in hand and really start spreading this much bigger Garda team. I think that they'll get better dividends from it.
It's brought all the way back. Terrific final so far. Interesting the chat that Gavin Houston's having with Isaac Daly. It seemed quite cordial actually. Houston then with the put in. The chance for it to be picked out again by Sean Glenn. Back to Houston. That's an interesting one. Fishes it across towards Jamie Houston, the brother from Kilfeacle, the full-back. Gavin Houston over it again. And he's the one to pick it out and dig it up. Cross towards Alan Gaughan, just around halfway. Houston once more, and a chance to kick forward by Jamie Houston, but smothered well by Patrick Connors, and he's still going, Connors. Good quick layoff for Aidan McDonald. Just shy of the halfway line, but good ground made by IT Carlo after that. A solid attacking kick forward. Went through Patrick Connors again, and now here's Michael Russell of Naas, and he'll be carried out. Kudos to Garda for the clearness of their numbers, by the way.
Good drift there. They actually got quite tight to the ball there in the middle of the field to the breakdown. So, you know, something Garda will need to look at, just getting that spacing right, because if they keep on showing Carlo the outside, they'll just take it.
Jack Kadar is coming on for Garda College as Barry O'Connor prepares to throw it in, and it is Vinnie Lyons, the flanker from Scariff, who's gone off. So Kadar for Lyons. Good line-out throw it was too by Barry O'Connor, and Gavin Houston had to make sure he wasn't taking a big risk with the throw. Turned out okay, turned out fine, and he gets another phase up and running for Garda College and into IT Carlow territory, but not strongly or securely enough. Ronan Scott, chance to bring it away, held up on the 10-metre line by Barry O'Connor this time. And the newly arrived Jack Kadar of Galwegians back after injury, ex-UL Bows. Victory for IT Carlow earlier in the men's Tier 2 final against Galway Mayo IT, 29-24. Thumping final. And UCC beating UCD in the Women's Division 1 Shield final, 28-19, as mentioned earlier. Great action earlier today. So Garda looking to drive it on. And the collapse as they were pushing forward. NUI Galway winning the men's Tier 3 final, beating Dundalk IT by 38-10, and IT Tralee won the Women's Division 2 title. They beat University Limerick B by 19-17. Chance to kick to touch for Alan Gorn, and has found that beyond the 22.
Yeah, just outside Alan's range there. As we said, he knows this pitch, and whatever wind Garda had it in the first half, so sensibly opted just to go up the line with that one.
Pretty much bang on the 22. Barry O'Connor waiting for the ball to be returned. That was hit out of the ground impressively. Line out throw to come from him for Garda College. Barry O'Connor. Long, high, went all the way to the back and was impressively gathered. Looked to be Michael Russell as it's fished back by Isaac Daly. And straight into touch again. It's always been a good stadium, particularly when the underage internationals or the women's internationals have been here, and they packed the ground out.
Yeah, it was a great great venue for the under-20 Six Nations. They've put an awful lot of work into the pitch, as you can see as well. For this time of year and the weather that we've had, it's really holding up. So you know, hopefully we can return maybe in the future.
Gavin Houston receiving at the end of the long line-out throw by Barry O'Connor. They've been generally effective for Garda College so far. Dug out it'll be by Houston again. Short it was for Kevin Seymour and went across Alan Gorn. Dylan Sheehan. Now, what's Gavin Houston got on his plate here? Alan Gorn digging it out well, and the prop Conor Muldoon right in the centre of the park, right in the middle of IT Carlow territory. It's a good kick and go this by Alan Gorn, and it's made the backs think again for Carlow. Smothered and it's theirs, close to their own line.
Yeah, just needed a little bit more patience there from Jamie Houston. He dove on the man who was on the ground. He just needed to let him play the ball, or let him you know, put the onus onto the defender there to get out of this sticky situation.
And this is heading for touch. Let's cross the line shy of the halfway. We're going to have changes coming, and Idris Rakibi of Kilkenny He's wearing 20. We'll be seeing him shortly. Originates from Skibbereen in County Cork, but plays as club rugby for Kilkenny now, which is convenient enough for IT Carlow, obviously. We'll see him in the next few moments.
Yeah, you find a lot of students would do that. They go home to their home club for maybe first year and second year, and then, you know, when exams and stuff start coming upon them, they tend to try and stay local for their final year, you know.
4 Irish underage caps and his captain Munster under-18 club side. So line out throw, far flank, and to be sent in by John Murphy. Oh, that's a great claim. Wonderfully done by Russell. Donald held up again. Dug out once more by Isaac Daly. And they've got the turnover, Garda College. Leon Fox has it. No score yet in this second half, and Garda continue to lead by 1 point, 13-12. Oh, that's gorgeous by Doyle. It was quick. Maybe it was too good for Fionn Mulligan's point of view now, as Garda Rugby Club in Dublin has been Ballina, the recent Division 3 junior winners. The Garda Club. Knocked on.
Yeah, referee's actually paying advantage there, so I think this reverts to Garda scrum.
Ball is in the grasp of their scrum half, Gavin Houston. 10 minutes into the second half. Again, decent free-flowing final. Put in to come from Houston. Driving it on a little bit and being clawed forward by Sean Glynn. And they've got the decision their way. Another decision to come here for Alan Gaughan, and he will go for the posts again. They reckon it'll be that tight. So far, 3 from 4 for Gaughan. IT Carlow are going to bring on Shane Fleming and Idris Kibi imminently. And you know what? Colonel Slater will be brought on as well. It'll be a treble change for them after this kick.
I think that's a reaction to how the scrum is going. Perhaps bring on a bit of fresh legs there in the front row.
First time he's faced these posts tonight, but definitely not the first time in his career. Alan Gaughan, right-footed, that will not make it. Right and wide, and it's 3 from 5. Still 13 points to 12 in favour of Garda College, but it could have been better. Dished out to Sean Glynn. Well, how many changes they'll make to the scrum we're about to see. And here's Gaughan. They might be making all 3 at once. It's bowled through by Houston. Now, Glynn, Gavin Houston knocking around there again, of course. Ready to pick up the pieces for Garda College once more. It goes through Alan Gaughan. Conor Muldoon got the pass right. Fionn Mulligan. Mulligan up towards the IT Carlow 10-metre line. Almost threatened to drift between the hands of Gavin Houston there, but he got enough of it. Clench on it. Good tackle by Mpico, obviously. Gavin Houston again to his left. Conor Muldoon seeing a lot of the ball in this last couple of passages of play. IT Carlow resolutely tried to get the turnover here, but missed out. Houston to dig it up, pick it up again for Gaughan and Fionn Mulligan. Great chance down the middle for Alan Gaughan. Now he was caught high, and Carol Collins will have a look at this, a severe look. I wonder. He's calling Michael Russell, and Michael Russell is sin bin. So IT Carlow down to 14 for the time being. For the next 10 minutes, it's a sin binning for Michael Russell.
Yeah, really no doubt there. Actually, almost could have been worse for Mikey Russell, but Alan Gaughan is really up the ante. He did a huge clear out here for an out half off a ruck after missing that kick. Probably a little bit frustrated, and he's taken on 2 balls there. But I think Guard actually in the second half are starting to show the other side of their game. They're really going expansively. Just need to hold the patience and not kick too much into the phases. But no, they're really showing their full repertoire here.
So Rugby, Slater and Fleming all come on at the same time. And there'll be 4 men sitting on the bench. Ola Ogunkoya has gone off, and John Murphy has gone off, and Jack Nolan's gone off. So 2 in the front row and 1 in the back row, Nolan being in the back row. Here comes the kick towards touch by Gaughan, and close to the corner flag, didn't make it. So now, can they get a little bit of ground down their own left-hand side on the near flank? Challenge, bit of a cruncher. Glynn came in, made no impact. Isaac Daly fishing it out to his right-hand side. First touch for Idris Rakibi, based with Kilkenny RFC. Across in the middle for Intinga and Pico. You remember the great team performance for IT Carlow when the dugout a 1-point victory last year. They're a point behind now. And a man down for the time being. Fleming, Rakibi and Slater. Their contribution will be interesting, but it's been grabbed by Owen Doyle, who's already scored an interception try today, but launched away into touch swiftly.
He can hook it backwards. So he didn't kick it, he can hook it backwards. He didn't kick it up.
Physio's rushing on as well. There's been a little knock. That'll be attended to before the line-out throw can come. Couple of quick words. It's the Garda physio who is on. Their coaches are Ivor Wilkinson, Andrew Lacey, Michael Halley, Matt Brown. And in their extended squad, but not in the 22 tonight, they've got about 8 players. Long one towards the back it was. Gavin Hewson felt interfered with, but they've got it back. No turnover this time. Short for Sean Glynn of Mallow, previously with Sunday as well, but now back home with Mallow RFC once more. Alan Gaughan driving up, but stopped with scrum half Gavin Hewson again, and Brendan McSweeney, the captain. Jamie Houston of Kilfeacle. Gavin Houston looking around, could go to Conor Muldoon again, goes beyond him. It's with Alan Gaughan. Swiftly, Kevin Seymour, now a great break. Owen Doyle, long, just about kept alive by Jamie Houston, all the way over on the left-hand side. You had Mulligan playing his part too. So dug out again for Gary Crowe by Gavin Houston. Crowe of Ennis. Good Clare sporting surname. Alan Gaughan, just went through the hands of Owen King. But the man from Navan responded, and Jamie Houston drives on beyond the IT Carlow 10-metre line. It's with Gavin Houston. Short for Brendan McSweeney. Got beyond Fionn Mulligan. Houston now. Good dig out for Jamie Houston from Gavin Houston, the brother. Little bit of ground made by Sean Glynn up towards the IT Carlow 22. It's been cleared out. It will be Garda possession when play gets whistled up. Another decision for Alan Gaughan to make again. It is Ronan Scott being spoken to by Carol Collins.
Yeah, Carlow are absorbing a lot of pressure, so it's sort of inevitable that these penalties will come. But up to now, Garda haven't scored in the second half. But I'd imagine Alan Gaughan will take this almost guaranteed 3 points.
We approach the R mark. He's being urged to go for the post, and that's what he's elected to go for in the end. He's got 3 out of 5 and missed his only attempt of the second half. We've had no score yet in the second half, and we're heading up towards the hour mark.
And to be fair, it's been mostly Garda with the possession, and as I said earlier, they're showing the other side of their game. They're putting a bit of width on it, maintaining possession. As we said, because they're against whatever wind is there, their kicking game has sort of gone out the window because you know, it just won't be effective. But it seems to be working for them so far.
So in front of the post, slightly right of centre. And Gorn has made it, and it is 16 points to 12. The Garda lead now, and it's 4 from 6 for Alan Gorn. He's kicked 11 points. 2 tries for Carlo, 1 for Garda College, and they lead. And we have changes coming here. Aidan McDonald has gone off. The out half has been replaced. See, Callum Murphy has come on in the front row. Well recovered. Sean Crayman also on, wearing 22. Pushed out by Isaac Daly. At the bottom of it all was Ronan Scott. Garda ball.
Great work there from Kevin Seymour, from Nina, really showing all his experience there, just getting that choke tackle. Possession back to Garda.
Still down to 14. Garda College have brought on number 25. We'll try and find out who that is for you. That was the most recent replacement. That's a few penalty points for them, not on the team sheet. So the put-in is Garda's. Come from Gavin Houston. Fished through very well. I get the feeling Sean Glynn has just gone off for Garda. More about that anon. Oh, that's a great kick. Brilliant kick, which Sean Crayman wasn't able to deal with.
Yeah, great kick there
by
from Jamie Houston. Like, you know, really clever play from the Garda there, just playing the percentages, playing all the game in the Carlow half.
Well, here's the line-out throw to come from Conal Slater. That'll go Garda's way.
I'd imagine Garda will go for the scrum here.
Apparently Sean Glynn has changed shirt. There must have been a lot of blood on it. He's been given 25 now. So told Sean Glynn still in the pitch and wearing 25. Big consultation with Gavin Houston. Here's the scrum on the IT Carlow 22. And Michael Russell, sin-binned, waiting to come back on for the next phase and play. If IT Carlow let him back on, of course. So, here's the scrum. in favour of Garda College, to be taken by Gavin Houston. Turned it round and picked up at the back, and here goes Glynn again. Glynn stopped. Received again by Owen King. All the way across. Here's Gavin Houston again. Once more on the 22, Jack Kodire. Didn't make a lot of progress. Rakibi made sure of that. Well, Garda College lead by 4, and they're on the front foot, and the passing is superb. And here goes Jamie Houston. Houston heading for the corner. Hold down, Owen Doyle it was with the pass that opened the door for him. So Gavin Houston looking to come on the scene. Dish it out quickly, and he did so. Towards Kevin Seymour. Alan Gaughan with the quick pass. 6-7 from the IT Carlow line. It's Gavin Houston to fish it out again for Glynn. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Tried to give IT Carlow the eyes. He was looking the other way. Unfortunately, so was everybody else, including his colleagues. Here's Houston once more. Chance to fish it back. Alan Gaughan is there. And it's back for Jamie Houston with a drop kick at goal. There you go.
I think Jamie Houston was the only man in Dubarry Park who saw that on there, but fair play to him. That gives a little bit of a cushion. It definitely means that Carlow have to go for the try, and a converted try just to get level. So good for Garda just to turn that pressure into points there, because they were right up the line at one stage. And
great vision, brilliant awareness, good thought. Garda have scored the only 6 points of this second half, and they lead by 19-12. And we're heading towards the final 15 minutes of this. Drops into the hands of the newly returned Michael Russell. Back to the full 15. IT Carlow again, but they trail now by 7. Joe Carley brought over towards the near touchline, and that was great defensive work by Garda College again. Jack Kodire to the forefront. Now Carl Collins will have a look at this. He'll have a big look at this. There's been a bit of naughtiness. He's had his think about it. Rakibi and McSweeney. As captains.
Wasn't a whole lot in that, Will, to be honest. I think a little bit of over exuberance with the penalty award, you know, which can get sort of get sort of contentious in and around when there's bodies lying around, but there wasn't a whole lot in it.
So it's Barry O'Connor. That's a long one. That's a beaut. That's a great claim by Kevin Seymour of Nina RFC. And now here goes Jamie Houston again. He's got support on the overlap from Dylan Sheehan. Sheehan heading up, still going. And this will win it. Jamie Houston's over the line for Garda College. The drop goal a few moments ago, and now a try. And that surely is that. It's double scores for Garda College, 24-12.
Oh, what a fantastic try. I think Garda kept all those plays in the locker in the first half. They sort of played it quite tight, used the wind, probably maintained a bit of energy, but really good back play there. You can see Matt Brown stamp on the play there from Garda College, and to score like that off first phase was fantastic.
And this is the moment when he knows he's getting in, and that Garda surely know they're on the way to winning this. Jamie Houston with the try. It's 2 tries each, but Garda 24, Carlow 12, 4 out of 6 so far for Alan Gaughan. And this for another. Wide on the left. Solid right foot kick off the upright. 4 from 7, and yet they lead by 12. Still time for IT Carlow though.
Yeah, still plenty of time, but you'd expect them to have some bit of a purple patch now because they really haven't played at all in the second half. I see Carlow ringing the changes again now with Aidan McDonald back on, just having a bit of a break. So you'd expect Carlow to really have a go now because if they don't, it's all over.
He's on. Isaac Daly is off. The scrum half. So we'll see how that presents itself in the next few minutes. It looked to me as if it was a direct change between those two, and that he'll be playing scrum half from now on. We'll see if it works out that way. But anyway, it's gathered by Jamie Houston, who he scored 8 points in the last few minutes, and now the IT Carlow defence is quite porous. It's Owen Doyle who was breaking through, and down he went. Looking for the corner is Jamie Houston. Has he got the bounce right? Does he? Judged that brilliantly.
Yeah, great kick from Jamie Houston. They're really using him now in this half, as a kicking option. The IT Carlow defence are focused on Alan Gaughan, who kicked everything in the first half, but really clever play there from Garda.
Well, the line-out throw on the way. Garda College bringing on Declan Byrne now. This is his home stadium. Returning to rugby after a few years out, and it's going to be a successful time. Isaac Daly has put his tracksuit back on. Callum Finnegan will be on shortly. Owen Doyle off, Declan Byrne on. Cracking game he's had too. Line out throw right to the heart of it. Right to the back, into the final 10. Launched away, picked up, kicked away by Aidan McDonald. Long and solidly.
Garda obviously no rush with this line out. It's difficult now with Carlow to get the balance right between having a go and playing some territory, but I think now once it goes inside the 70 that they really should keep the ball in hand as much as possible.
Well, this could be a final 10-minute lap of honour for Garda College, or it could be a magnificent fight back by IT Carlow. Remember, they did it last year. It was a very good take from the line-out through by Leon Fox from Barry O'Connor's original delivery. Declan Byrne now down the right-hand side. They've had a lot of the dangerous attacks in this second half. The truth be told, Garda College, it'll be rested out again by Gavin Houston. Aren't the two Houston brothers having an absolute stormer? And Jamie has made the second half his own. Picked out again by Gavin Houston. Jamie's having a boot at it. Was caught as that was being sent away. It was Declan Byrne on the near side. It'll get a bit heated. Carl Collins has kept a calm head on it. It will be a Carlow ball. And on comes Callum Finnegan of Enniscorthy RFC in the final 10. And it is farewell, it looks, to David Murphy. Scored there 2 tries. So into touch it goes. Celebratory last season, IT Carlow, but they're just about 8 minutes from defeat here. Going off, Dara Murphy of Lansdowne. He's the man who's been replaced by Callum Finnegan. Line out throw to come from Conal Slater, man who replaced John Murphy of Carlow earlier. Aidan McDonald, it's gone through, and now Rhys Davis of Enniscorthy. The time is now for IT Carlow. A converted try, and they get it down to a 5-point margin. They're 12 down now. Goes through the hands of Conal Slater. He's a real battering ram of a man. Callum Finnegan just behind. Aidan McDonald, who started at out half, went off, came back on his scrum half now. Getting play restarted, reset. And Piku down, support from Rakibi. Shot right across, Rhys Davis. Beyond the Garda 10. Gathered by Aidan McDonald again. Oh, good handling, that's by Rakibi, that's a good claim, but it's knocked on. And now it is not going Carlo's way. Glad to say a lot warmer tonight than it has been in recent weeks, months, years, and warmer than last year's final as well, definitely. Conditions weren't magnificent last year really for the decider, and this has been a very good final. We had a great final last year despite that, and cracking final as well here with conditions better. Just knee trouble at the moment for it looks like Kevin Seymour over on the far side, if you can tell. But what a position for Garda to find themselves in. Still time for IT Carlo, but I mean they've thrown just about every card in the table now. Be a good time to get a break.
Really would make for a grandstand finish for the neutral. I'm not sure Garda would appreciate a try for Carlo now, but you know, they've shown the way to go forward. Very unlucky there with Ronan Scott. Great line from him, but just clever defence from Garda, just going to dislodge the ball in the tackle.
Crouch. Boy.
So the put in by Gavin Houston. The Garda scrum half has played every minute here. Sean Glynn looking to receive, but a collapse, so we'll do it again. Oh, it's come loose, it's come loose. There was a spot of bother there for Gavin Houston, but they recovered in time and they've got the ground, and it's a real 50-50 moment. As Jamie Houston on it again. Jack Kadar helping out on the overlap over the ball. It'll be picked out again by Gavin Houston, back towards Sean Glynn of Mallow. This is the performance guy that we're looking for in last year's final. Will it's come tonight? They lead by 12, another big break. Attempted by Kevin Seymour and it almost came off. Suddenly it's Leon Fox who finds himself over it, and with Gavin Houston indisposed, had to play the scrum half role that time. The right Houston's in the right station now. That's Glenn picking, receiving, crashing beyond the IT Carlo 10. Now here's Gavin Houston. Extra distance being made. They're trying to get up towards the 22. Conor Muldoon, great rugby stock, great rugby family he's come out of. Shane Owen Kennedy of Ashbourne's going to come on for Garda College very shortly in the final 5 minutes. And whistled up, that goes IT Carlo's way. They need to get it up the park and over the line now as Kennedy comes on for Garda College in the final knockings. And not just him, but Graham Brennan of Navan too, are both wearing 21. We have a lot to keep our eyes on here. I know there was a little bit of chicanery That's heading for touch, but won't find it. Graham Brennan is on for Patrick Connors of Dungarvan and IT Carlow. That's the IT Carlow change. Garda College having brought on Shane Owen Kennedy for Gary Crow in the second row. Not long to go now. And the call from the touchline is, we've got to try something. That's from the Carlow touchline. They've made additional changes. I see Seamus Kern has gone off, as well as Patrick Connors. They've run the entire bench. Obviously, they've brought somebody back on for the double change.
Yeah, it's this competition is rolling subs, so there's 12 interchanges permissible. So, you know, it could be difficult for a commentator, but it could be a useful tool for coaches. And, you know, obviously just remind everybody this is the culmination of a season-long league. So it's all about you know, colleges participating and facilitating that as much as possible.
I think commentators tend to be at the bottom of the queue of people who get consulted about anything, to be honest.
Newfound respect, Will.
That's a decent line-out throw from Conal Slater. Now it's run through Aidan MacDonald. Lots of room on the near side. Here's Callum Finnegan. Finnegan darting. 80 minutes up on the main scoreboard, but they ran the clock. They didn't stop it. We have stopped ours in conjunction with Carol Collins, so there should be 3 minutes left. Little bit of mist has been falling. Barry O'Connor with the line-out throw for Garda College. Feet of Sean Glynn, who started with one number and will end with another. They still have a lot on the bench to put on Garda College, by the way. Gary White, Shane Maguire, Colin Randall, Michael O'Neill. And just to tell you players who didn't make it into their squad, but who contributed earlier, Michael Corkerman, Shane Claffey of Birr, David Harney, Shane Maloney, who's out injured, David Biggins, Owen McCabe, who suffered a shoulder injury in the semi-final win, big loss of the breakdown, Niall Murphy, Rory O'Connor, top scorer, try-wise in the league, suffered a knee injury in training. Massive loss, and yet here they are. They're within 2 minutes. 24-12. It's dug out from the scrum by Aidan MacDonald. Goes across dangerously from Rhys Davis. Now a try back here for IT Carlow, and the grandstand finish is coming, but it's knocked on. It will go Garda's way. They've done a really solid job tonight, and obviously it's what they were looking to do 12 months ago, but this will do nicely.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to go back to your point, Will, on the subs, obviously Garda College is very small in terms of the numbers that they have. They probably wouldn't have the same strength and depth when you think of IT Carlow, how they won Division 2 with their second team. So it really is testament to Andy Lacey and to Ivor Wilkinson and to Matt Brown for the work they've done with this team and how organised they've been. And then for guys like over the years, like Tony Wells, who ran the rugby in Garda College for a number of years, and going back even further than the likes of Eamon O'Grady. So this is all they'll be delighted now if they hold out for this, and it really is a great achievement for such a small college.
Gary White on, Conor Muldoon off. The latest change for Garda College in the front row, that is a prop change. The put in by Gavin Houston, still on the pitch, impressive. And Alan Gore, the scrum half and out half, still on for Garda College. And now they've got a little bit open here. Jamie Houston making his way up towards the halfway line. Shane Owen Kennedy is there as well. 80 minutes, not yet up. That was a knock on though. Final knockings of this. Garda College very, very impressive. But there's still time. Remember the big delay everybody had for last year's final between these two. There was the snow here. It was snowed off the original final. Had to wait another week.
Yeah, luckily for everybody, Athlone seemed to escape even last even over the weekend there. So it was it just made for a great playing surface here tonight.
Well, Carlow was covered in snow, and Kildare wasn't that far away from here on Sunday. Some of us had to make our way very, very north on Sunday for top-class action in Belfast. That was a Carlow win that day. It will not be tonight. We're into the 80 now.
Let's go, boys.
All up to the behest of Carol Collins.
Crouch! Ball! Set!
So here's the put-in by Gavin Houston. Turned around, so Carlow with a chance from the 10-metre line, but they've very little time. Quick tap and go by Nick Doyle of Enniscorthy RFC. 80 minutes up in the scoreboard for a long time. Chance to drive on. David Murphy picked up by Aidan McDonald again. A short one for Joe Carley beyond the 22, but Garda have turned it over. Thinking about putting the ball dead. It's been knocked on, it is over, and Garda College get revenge on last year's final defeat at the hands of IT Carlow, when Carlow came back to win by a point. Well, it's double scores to Garda College in this year's Brendan Johnson Cup final. They've taken it by 24 points to 12.
Yeah, huge congratulations to Garda. All those guys over the years I mentioned, they've never actually won the cup proper, even though they've won two leagues now in the new structure. But it's not just that they won it. I think it's the way that they played and the way that they altered their tactics for the second half and really had a go, kept the ball in hand. While Alan Gahan couldn't kick it as much in the second half, he really pulled the strings and moved Carlow around, and obviously they pulled out that unbelievable play for the try that clinched it. So huge congrats to all in Garda.
That was an immense score, really. The breakaway try, which culminated in Jamie Houston crashing over the line to get the decisive score. And there'd been a drop goal from him earlier, don't forget that. A very important 8 points from him, because before that, a point of a lead for Garda College at half-time, 13-12, then goals, penalties, 16-12. But then, quick succession, only 2 minutes between that drop goal from Jamie Houston and then his try to make it double scores, 24-12, and they've got the honours for this year. Good final as well.
Yeah, great game, great endeavour from both teams. You know, even when it wasn't working, all offloads, they just go for it, and that's what college rugby is all about. If you look at the breakdown of where all these players are from, they're all thrown together from different clubs, and like college rugby is about coming together and just enjoying it. It normally isn't as structured, and you know, you can just have a go, and I think we've had that today, and we've had that across all 6 games. Truth be told,
we have vastly enjoyed this final. Good quality stuff, as you'd expect, and IT Carlow, who were celebrating a year ago, well, it is a huddle of defeat for them this time, and silver medals for IT Carlow too. So, Garda College have their celebration. Let's take a look at the main moments of this final then. Trophy presentation to come shortly, and Garda College will get their hands on the cup. Conor Muldoon saw lots of the ball too, didn't he, during this? Very, very impressive, the amount of time that for a prop forward that he actually managed to get his hands on the ball in open play. He'd made himself as a priority a number of times and did very, very well indeed. We'll be going down pitch side shortly, but now it will be presentation time very, very shortly. It's the Brendan Johnson Cup. good final. Enjoyed that. Gather College against IT Carlow, and I mean they're the best two again, as they were last year, and here they are again here. And absolutely resounding. That was well appreciated. Always have to do the official photo before the cup presentation. He's forgotten to do something, which is actually lift the cup up. But anyway, let's hear the speech first. Congratulations. And reverse last year's.
It was great to get back here. We knew we were a bit stronger than last year, but you know, Carlow are a great team. They always have been. They have a great setup, and you know, we knew deep down it was going to be us two at the end of it. So I was just glad to get one over them anyway, like last year.
I mean, good comeback from them this time, which you thwarted. We can walk and talk as well, by the way.
Yeah, look, we knew it was going to be a tough one. All we knew we had to do was stick with the game plan. And that's exactly what we done. Yeah.
And I mean, a glorious try to clinch it pretty much as well.
Yeah, it was a well-worked move. We've used that move a few times throughout the year. Sometimes it can get ugly, but thankfully it came off today.
Obviously, Carlow weren't expecting that then.
No, they weren't. It's a quick snap move off the back, and we just outnumbered them. And if we get those boys out wide, there'll be a lot of damage done.
Okay, team photo time for you. Well done, Brendan.
Thanks a million, lads. Thanks.
And the other Brendan, the silverware there. Brendan McSweeney, captain. He's from Clan William Rugby Football Club. And thumping win, you have to say. I mean, that try deep in the second half from Jamie Houston really set it going their way. And a glorious, glorious win for Garda College. The champions for 2018. Well done again to Athlone IT. They've organised this for the second year in a row. Buccaneers as well for Dubarry Park. Great stadium this is. Well done to them. Student Sport Ireland 2 and the IRFU. They still have a couple more photos that they want to take. Very, very memorable victory. And they come away with the win. Yes, you see Dylan. Can we grab a quick word? Dylan Sheehan, right here. Let's see if we can grab Dylan. Dylan, good win tonight.
Thanks very much. It was brilliant, yeah.
I mean, double scores in the end, 24-12, and turned them over quite well in the second half, Carlo.
Yeah, the second half was good. First half was tight, like we thought. Carlo, good side. Just delighted with the win, and we pulled away in the second half. It was brilliant, yeah.
And nice to get your hands on this particular silverware, having been beaten in last year's final.
Exactly, yeah, it was brilliant. Bounced back well from last year, worked hard all year, and got what we deserved, thank God.
Well, congratulations, well done. Let's see if we can get Fionn Mulligan in, if you want to talk, whether you want to or not.
Not many words.
24 points to 12, excellent victory over an opposition you know very, very well.
Yeah, it was a lot tougher game I thought than last year. Last year I thought we were a bit unfortunate to get the win, so we worked a lot harder this year, different team. We got a lot of new players in. It really made the difference. It was a completely different backline, I think. There's only two of us there, so it's a great win. Delighted to get one over them now. Thanks very much.
Absolutely, well done, congratulations, and you can go and justifiably celebrate as well. Jack Kadar came on as well. He's got the cup. Mind if we borrow you for a sec, Jack? No, we are. No, you keep the cup, and we'll talk to you. Congratulations. I mean, you'd a good amount of time in the pitch as well, and there when you won it.
Yeah, I don't know. I only showed up there last week, to be honest, so I don't know. They were stuck for a man, but no, it's great to get the win. They got us last year by a point, so it's great to get one back over on top of them, so it is.
Well, they drafted you in at the 11th hour, was it?
Yeah, they were stuck for lads, yeah, lads were falling out, so I got in there, luckily enough. So thank God, got a medal out of it.
Right time, right place, well done.
That's it.
Well, they're going in to celebrate very quickly. Actually, I can just see Jamie Houston, so let's see if we can nab him at the end of this photograph. You'll keep up, Paddy, you'll be fine. Right, let's speak to the man who, with that brilliant try in the second half, congratulations.
Thanks.
There's a good reason why we're talking to you about this, the drop goal and the try in the second half.
Yeah, the drop goal, just a bit lucky, great try. Dylan gave a great offload on the outside, and so Duffy ran a great line off, and we were lucky to get in, yeah.
I mean, fantastic. The try and the drop goal just a few moments before that, and it was only separated by something like 100 seconds, 120 seconds.
Yeah, the drop goal was a bit of a look anyways. It took a while to go over, just creeping over, and yeah, it was worth the shot, so it just about went over.
Listen, congratulations, well done. Thanks. Terrific win.
Thanks.
So that's it, in they go, and they are the winners of the Brendan John. Actually, Gavin's here as well. The two brothers are here. So let's see if we can grab Gavin very quickly. who's trying to head for the hills very quickly, Gavin.
Trying to get out of your way.
Yeah, no. We want to talk to everybody, including you. I mean, you're on the pitch for 80 minutes tonight. Resolute IT Carlo side who turned you over last year, and now you get your revenge.
Yeah, they're a very strong side. We had them last year. There was a very close game back in Carlow in the league at the start of the year. We pipped them at the end, so we knew coming down it was going to be a very tight game. But I think the final try in the game kind of sewed it up for us. A savage try, and there's probably no coming back from that, I think. They're very good, but very strong side, Carlow. We just pipped them this year. Nice to get the one over them.
I mean, the moves and the training pitch seem to come right tonight.
Yeah, well, look, it's hard when we're all over the country. You see, there's guards in the college in different stations, you know. So it's very hard to get everyone together. We don't train a whole pile, so lads are kind of playing off instinct out there too, you know. So, which is nice to see. It's not all prescribed and that. So, but everything came off. The little flicks and tricks came off tonight, and a grand night for it as well. So it doesn't always fall that way.
Nice. And two Houstons on the pitch as well.
Yeah, funny enough, but sure, look at he led the way today anyway. That's for sure, with the try. So it's nice to win something with your brothers and that, and hopefully another few to come in the years.
Nice one. Well done.
Thanks very much, lads.
Celebrate that. Congratulations. Well done. And we are done here from Dubarry Park. There's another brother. Yeah, but he wasn't playing. Maybe in a few years. Obviously, it depends what profession he goes into. So that's it then. Fabulous victory earlier in the Women's Division 1 final for University Limerick as they defeated DCU, having been beaten in last year's final, and the same story for Garda College. Lost last year to IT Carlow in the Brendan Johnson Cup final, but this time around it was just too arresting for Carlow as Garda College take the honours. So Dubarry Park is good night.